Hi, Teacher Marvin.
Hi, Teacher Angela.
Thank you for sitting in my class again. And I am excited to hear about your feedback about my lesson.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just jump right in. Can you go to the front page one more time? So first, like I have actually nothing bad to say. Like just overall, the class was actually really fun. So like, and I was in it, and I also participated in activities, and it was fun. And I think for most of the kids, it was also fun, especially for the kids that are like really that are not so easily distracted, because like brothers, sisters, everybody who was looking at the screen, I think was entertained. It was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I like the activities, but I think I will just like also when we see it here on the slides, I will say something again. So first, and like I said that before about your slides, just make it less text, like, and now it's a kindy class, so they like literally cannot read, or like only like a handful of them can read. So I'm going to tell you that about every slide now. It's too many words.
Okay, too many words.
But yeah. Can you just go to the next one?
I'm just like waiting for you to switch to the next slide.
Okay, so here again, you say like this is all the stuff you said it, right? You said it with words. Instead, I would have just because they're kindy, they like the little they can read it. That's just too much. So pictures. So if you want to have it on a slide, pictures, right? Especially like your water bottle.
It's kind of also for me like.
I know. I understand. That's your own reminder, but like.
So for me, it's more like in case someone needs to take this class today, I'm going to throw it up. And then because we've taken this class before, we all know the students. And then so it's just like a little reminder. But no, I think you are right. Maybe because it's just easier to just send one thing out.
Yeah.
But like.
So instead, like you could have, for example, just crop the screen and show it only this.
Okay.
Right. So like I think that's what I would have done anyways. Just because it's just so much text. Yeah. So like this is however, like that's a slide that I really like.
Thank you.
Like. You could probably you could crop it to here and like not show this part, but like it doesn't really matter.
How did
just
they...
like
sorry.
It's just for like I always think like some kids, at least like in the summer, some like we're only looking on a smartphone. Some we're only using like a little like tablet. Then like it makes like in my mind, I'm like the more I crop, the more zoomed in is the picture for them, and then they can actually see more. That's always my idea.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not thinking in terms of students' iPads and phones, right? Because your screens are smaller. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I like. I got the idea because my own laptop is already so small. So I was like, the more I can zoom in for the kids, the less like nonsense I can cut out, the better. That like I think. But like this is already very good, and I really liked the activity.
Thank you. My question was actually, how did they guess the animal so fast?
They were just good at guessing, I guess. Like so here the elephant you moved a little bit around, right? So that's why we could see it. The bird, I think so. The bird you like. I'm not sure.
Oreo got. I think it was Oreo. He got the bird like so fast. I was like, what?
Yeah, he was just really good. I think. The fish. I didn't know the fish until you actually also started moving it around. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like, they were just really good at it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is of course like you see it yourself. This is a slide. It's not for kindy.
Oh yeah, I just use this slide for the growth mindset for all my classes. The older kids, I get them to read every single part, and then for the kindy, I just get them to read just one a day, depending on my mood. You know, or their mood.
Yeah, no, like so, like you can totally also like turn like this picture into like an activity, right? And just like having all of this together on one slide I think is just complete overkill. Even actually for adults, it's just overkill.
Because I wanted to just do it quick and boom, you know.
Yeah. No, I understand. You like basically you just only read like for 3 seconds and then we moved on. Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So less is more.
That's always less. When you think of like this is just barely enough, then you should probably still remove something.
Okay.
Just in general, this is just how like you should structure presentations in general.
This one I feel like didn't go as well as I liked. They seem to not understand how to circle, but they're usually quite good at drawing on the board. But they were just a little stuck. And then like Justin, he doesn't really jump or dance in class.
He doesn't do anything really. Yeah.
Online, like in a physical classroom, he's great, but then online, he's just there, and no matter how many times I've called his name, like in the beginning he was fine, like in the first few lessons before, but then in today's lesson he was just like he didn't want to do whatever I asked of him, and even when I waited, and it was just the silence was too long, and then so I just kind of moved on.
Yeah, I think he was just like not in the mood today, and then because he's sitting by himself, it's hard to get him into the mood. Yeah, but overall, so like I would also think, because I think it's a fun activity. Also, when you said like, oh, so you're angry, so now you need to jump and whatever. So I think the idea is really good. I think maybe like it's worth it to like think about how you can connect that a little bit more. So to like what
can you do? I can jump.
Yeah, but also like more like that so the kids like they like select something and that one is like connected to that to whatever it is and they don't know it first instead of you just making it up. Maybe there's like a way of like connecting it somehow. I don't know. Like
I wanted it just exactly like this. I just put it under each one.
Oh.
And that's why when Jeffrey said he was not Jeffrey, sorry. When Justin said he was angry, I was like, okay, jump. And then when Oreo said he was,
I thought you were just saying it randomly. Oh, I did not get that because like it's kind of like this, right?
Yeah. But because I wanted the pictures a little bigger, so actually it's this picture. And
I think if you would have just stretched the emojis a little bit more, then probably would have worked better because I also didn't understand.
So yeah, so it was just like if they're angry, if they were feeling angry, I wanted them to release their energy out by jumping, and if they're happy, you know, like clap clap clap. Yeah, that was my idea. No, yeah, so maybe I can make it bigger even like that, right?
Yeah, okay. And then of course also again like all the words just back down to your notes.
Okay.
But yeah, but like in general, like I like the idea for the activity, and it was like it's a little sad that it didn't work out too well. Oreo like did like flying and jumping for Edwin and Justin.
Yeah.
So he understood and he was very into it.
He also had his flying his pilot outfit today.
Yeah, no, instead he was a pirate. Yeah, so here also, I mean, clearly it's just so much. Probably skip. That's a skip slide. This one. I was like, what are you doing with explaining the moves? Like, what is this all about? And then I understood as the song came on. I was like, I get it now. But also here, I think it's also just for kindy. So I think this is good for level 1, and this is probably good for for kindy because it has more pictures. I don't know. Just overall, I feel like it's just 2 slides and not 1 slide.
No, this is
like,
media.
1 slide and this is 1 slide.
Marvin, this is a media.
This is a video?
Yeah, look.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, then, your video sucks.
I liked it. Actually, we didn't have time, but I actually prepared this as a game, and I wanted them to circle.
Yeah.
Because I just screenshot, and then, like, sit. Which one sit? Soap. And then, like, you know, repeating after the teacher, like, SS, set,
I think
sit.
The words are, like, a little, like, soap and seal. They're, like, a little, or swing. They're, like, a little advanced, potentially. So I think this is really good for level 1. Because they're like a little bit faster with like circling, and then they don't like just only draw garbage. So I think that's a really good activity for level 1, or the song in general is probably really good for level 1. So but like and the dance in general, like I enjoyed it. I had fun.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, I picked this video because there's the A to Z one. It's just a Jolly Phonics one. I really like it because they use the nursery rhymes. So I love using it with students like Brianna. You know, the tier 3 students, the lower level students. If they need help with their phonics, I love Jolly Phonics. Because there's all these like dance moves, and then they use nursery rhymes, so they've already heard of this, and then they just kind of change it here, and it's so easy to just catch here. And then I like this video link specifically because it's just random. It's not from A to Z, so it's not like, oh, every time it's just this way. It's just like a different way, and I can just skip and jump. Maybe I'll pick 4 or 5 different phonics to practice and review with them.
Yeah. So generally, like it's just me being like just like not unhappy about like the visual presentation again. Otherwise it's pretty good. So maybe an idea would have been, especially for kindy, to stop sharing the slide, like the video, only playing the sound, so that they only see like you, so they can follow. But most actually did just follow you, and everybody danced. Everybody looked like they were having fun. I had fun, so that was also a good one. It's just so like it's a good activity. I think it's just the video is just so much to look at.
It's just with this class, I feel like Oreo and Henry, they're really great. And in terms
Joyce actually is also really, really good. She's just more quiet, but Joyce can also read and understand everything.
And Jen's actually quite good in the classroom. Jasper's actually really good in the classroom for how long he's been here. Justin's actually great in the classroom, but just when they're online, it's a little bit hard to get them to focus entirely. Like with Jen, I know she's there because when I call her, she'll like kind of jump into the camera. But then because she's moving around and dancing, I actually don't see her in the camera. So I just have to trust that she's focused in the lesson. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the next slide.
Mm-hmm. That one, I really like the picture, and I was a little sad that the kids did not engage more here, because like those are all words they know, like pirate, dinosaur, princess. Like Oreo was really, like Oreo's answer was actually really good, like pink Peppa Pig.
He described it.
Yeah, that was really good. Usually it's only one word, but he actually gave like a good long sentence, like a carrot, a witch.
Yeah, they know.
I actually thought someone was making the joke, because you sometimes say that you're like that you turn into a witch, and someone said, "I can see Teacher Angela." I couldn't circle, otherwise I would have circled the witch.
And then didn't write my name, witch. Teacher Angela. Hey, now people will think I'm mean. I'm actually so nice to them. But yeah, no, I was quite surprised because they actually know all the vocabulary. It just seemed like today they were tired. We had 2 missing kids today as well. So
They have like these moments where like I think it's just like lots of staring and focusing on the screen. Where like even when it's exciting and you're like you have lots of like and it switches a lot. They're like at one point they're just like they have their fall into this like this hole and just like and it probably was like around here because they do like know the animals, they know the costumes. So I really liked it. But like yeah,
because
they,
like the
they
word
didn't like it so much today.
yeah, like the word pirate, witch, carrot, princess, crown, balloons. Like I mean, they got balloons and pink Peppa Pig, but then the others they were just so quiet. But they know the vocabulary, so I was so.
The words we like we danced before too, like we sang before too. So yeah, I don't know what was going on, but overall, I think it's a very cute picture. And like since it didn't work so well today, just use it next time you can. And one day they will like it.
Maybe it's the rainy weather. I blame it on the weather.
Yeah.
And they're all stuck at home as well, so they're probably just
Yeah.
Okay, too many words. I know that's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, so like here you could have like literally cut this one out for Kindia anyways and only use the pictures here. The pictures are cute though. And the pictures, they were really good with the pictures too. But like yeah, you could just cut all of this out.
Yeah, do you like the dog? That's my brother's dog.
Really? That's a real photo? Wow. Oh yeah, it's from Instagram.
It's Butters.
Oh, there it is. Butters the caboodle. Okay. Poor dog in that costume.
It was for Christmas. Butters was like 7 weeks old. Yeah, my brother keeps telling me I should make an Instagram account for Krim, but I don't know. I don't. She's not very photogenic. Let's just say. Yeah, I thought the grandma was really funny. But I think my only question would be like actually finding a lot of these photos off the internet. Even though in Google search I would type in copyright free grandma,
Yeah.
And I don't actually know like how copyrightish.
Well, there are websites for that too, by the way. Or like what always works is like if you use a picture where there's like literally the copyright like in the as a watermark, and then you're good.
But then watermarks are so ugly.
Yeah, but then you're like illegally on the safe side, so then you're good.
Okay, so less words. And then this one.
This one, that's also a video, right?
Yes, it's a video.
Yeah, the video, like I think it's a cute song. They don't know how to write stories yet. They don't know how to tell stories yet.
This was like the easiest video I could find. That's like super short and catchy.
But like they know all the questions, right? Because they ask questions with that, and the teacher asks questions. So I think like yeah, it's just like it's one of those things they need to just like need to learn, and I think it's good.
Yeah, I actually even had like a keyboard ready because there's like a piano part. But I think I didn't plan out my distance so well. Like,
does it tell the notes? Does it tell what it plays?
Yeah, it does. So I practiced it already as well. I practiced, but I didn't.
1 second. Give me 10 seconds. I have something flying around in my living room and I want to try to get it.
Is it a cockroach?
No, it's just I don't know what it is.
Give me 1 second. Hi, teacher Ibu.
Hi, is it online or?
No, physical class.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm roasting it right now. Can you hear the sound? Oh, I can smell it.
Ooh, I didn't hear it.
Hear it now? Did you hear the little explosion? Oh my god! Whoa!
I heard that. That I heard.
Yep, that was the little insect exploding. So it is dead. Okay.
Have you ever tried it with a cockroach?
Yes, it takes like with a big one. I've tried it too. It takes a long and like you hear explosions and it starts smelling and they still try to run away. They don't die. And then you like press it down and then like literally you have to almost light it on fire until it dies. So it's and like to the point where like you look at it and then you start feeling bad for the cockroach and it's
made in Taiwan.
No, I did it. I did it once in Taiwan and then also in Vietnam. In Vietnam, the cockroaches have a tendency to be much bigger. They fly more too. In Taiwan, they're actually really cute here.
Cute. The other day we saw like a huge cockroach, and then I was like, Phoebe! And then so she was like, what's wrong? I was like, and then because they were students, and I was like, my face, and then she like started laughing. She's like, I got it. And then so she went to get like the broomstick. She had like gloves, and she had like everything ready, And then we were looking for it, and I was just like standing there at the door, like. I'm not afraid of many things, but cockroaches and rats are like the two things I'm scared of, and especially the Taiwanese ones. They're huge, and then like
they're not huge, and they don't even fly around that much. They try to get away from people, and they don't even fly around so much. Same with the rats. The rats try to run away from people. In Vietnam, like that really I shared my dinner once before with a baby cockroach, and it was so cute. It was so cute. I had I spilled a little water drop on the table, and then the little baby cockroach came while I ate my pho, my soup. The little baby cockroach came and started drinking out of that little droplet on the table, and it was so cute. And we were friends. And or the rats. The rats also they don't care about you.
And even back home, my cockroaches are tiny, like cute. And then Taiwan one's like huge, they're like as big as my hand. I'm not even kidding. And then that cockroach disappeared. So like by the time Phoebe came upstairs, it was like 2 minutes, and then it disappeared and we couldn't find it. And then like 2 days later, I found it. I swear it was the exact same one, and it was just living there like not moving. And then Ibu was there, and then so I mean he's a guy, so we were just like, And he was like, I got it. Yeah, okay, I'll cockroach story. This is a ladybug. Don't worry, it's not a cockroach.
They're just as gross when you think about it, but it just looks prettier. That's why people don't react that way.
Ugh,
Yeah, so I think this is also was a good activity. I think it's good.
thank you.
It's a song I think that like if you just sing it often enough with them, it's probably gonna get really like stuck, and then it's gonna help them in the future.
Yeah, because they do know the 5 W's.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They ask these questions all the time. Teacher, I have a question. What's your question? And why, who, when, where, what, how.
Yeah.
But they just don't understand that these are like the 5 that they will need later on in life. But
yeah.
Okay, next one.
That one I really like the picture. There's not too much there. The kids immediately knew who's who. So I think that was good. And then what I really like, and that took away from my activity that I had planned, was like when you hit them. And like, oh, who's this? And that's exactly what I had planned also for myself.
Yeah, I saw the classroom items. I'm just gonna lock the room, and I'm just not gonna let them in.
But yeah, no. So I like the activity. It really worked out. They were like really engaged. They knew exactly who's who. It's good. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. I like the countdown.
Thank you.
Although, so you said that like everybody please like now look at the tree and try to memorize. And I tried to remember, but because the countdown was so exciting, I think nobody actually cared about pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like there was music, and then the time counted down. So I think so like all they did were like 10, 9, but they were actually not caring at all about the pictures. But they still they did a great job, so it's all good. It was exciting. I liked it, and it seemed like they liked it too.
Do you think the countdown was too long for them?
No, 20 seconds is not that long. And especially since there was like music, it gave them a little bit of time to like shake their energy on and whatever. And
do you think the music was too loud? Because on my end it's so loud, it just goes like dun-dun-dun-dun on my end.
No, here it was fine.
Okay. So this is actually this video. So in this video I'll show you. It gives examples.
Like morning or night.
And then actually my original idea was, you know, as the slides go, I'll talk about it, mom, dad, grandparents. So I'll mute their sound, you know, because actually this pace is great. And then it comes to, they give examples, I love it, and then it comes to here. And so this part, it's Saturday morning, so actually I just typed it here. But the only different thing about it was this part. I added how they feel, because I really want them to be able to talk about their feelings and developing their sense of empathy.
Yeah.
And being in someone else's shoes. But I know you're gonna say too many words.
No, so like my point is probably like teaching how to create how to tell a story is probably like a lesson in itself. So just like squeezing it in is probably not what I would have done. Just I feel like it just takes like also by like it's kind of like it got to the end of the lesson, right? So I think that's probably something where like they learn more if you focus on it more, or they do it more in the beginning of the lesson. Otherwise, it's very simple, but like it's a lot of text too.
So you would have put this at the beginning of the lesson instead of at the
end?
Or
just into like just do it for the next lesson.
It's entirely. Just I was keeping in mind with Ario and Henry. I was keeping Ario and Henry in mind because their level is a little bit better than the others. And
much better, yeah. For Henry, that's exactly what he needs actually.
Yeah, and then so I wanted to just ask questions like, oh, what time, when, blah blah blah. And then maybe they can recognize the where we are, you know, because I do know a little bit of words right now, right?
Yeah.
Like they know the simple words, you know, it, and, is, in, you know. But I know I was reading it also a little bit fast because of time, time-wise. But yeah, I was just keeping Ario and Henry in mind. But no, I do realize that it was a bit harder for the other students. But then at the same time, in terms of moving the kindy students into a breakout room, that's just way too difficult. So it's not like I could group them together to do group work because I would just be everywhere. So I'd just rather do the activity together as a class with like a we do strategy. And then I was
another way would have been maybe to like kind of like made them create their story by asking them questions. So when just like ask a when question, or what day is it today? What day was yesterday? And then just like ask them the questions, and they give you answers, and then you just put it together, and then they're like, oh my god, we created a story. I don't know. But that's why I said like you were a little bit short on time, so this entire thing probably makes sense to like spend like an entire lesson on.
Okay.
I think. Otherwise, like it's a great idea. It's just probably like for this lesson today was a little much. Yeah. Because we were short on time.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm too scared to put it at the beginning of the lesson because sometimes when they come in, they seem a little bit like in a zombie mode as well.
They need a moment to get into the zone.
Yeah, and I was even thinking like, should I start off with a dance? And, you know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this one I just skipped. It was just basically for me, or if we had extra time, I wanted to ask Ario and Henry. And in the video we skipped here.
Yeah, that one was a cute idea. Like also
they didn't draw. They've been
Yeah,
drawing the whole time and they didn't draw this.
Yeah, that's otherwise this would be really great. I like my own, like I can only explain it this way, that like maybe because like it was so late in the lesson that they were just like, so like the moment like when they actually were drawing, they're like, we're too exhausted, too tired to really draw like something of like something nice, and instead they're just like did this. And then so just because I guess because it was like by the end of class, and then they were just like messing around as soon as they could.
It was Henry mostly though.
Yeah, he thinks he's funny when he's being naughty.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm not sure how to lock the annotating for one person, or else I would have just locked
Yeah,
him.
you can. Otherwise, that would be like if you could just allow like individual kids, that would be the best.
Yeah, usually they're great at drawing. I'm not sure what happened today. Thank God I had you. You drew on my board.
Yeah, like otherwise this is really cute, and like again, this is also great for level 1 and probably even level 2, honestly.
And then this one, I wanted to go through some of the animals. So if they drew
Yeah.
it like panda, cat, dolphin, I'll be like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. You drew this, you drew that, you know, like that. So that's what I wanted to do. To
Yeah, I like this one. I think it's a little sad that we didn't have more time. We couldn't spend more time on this slide. Otherwise, there's a lot to explore. Right? You can just like literally, you can spend like on the other slide before, you could like spend like 15 minutes on it and just be like, oh, what animals can you see and what sounds do they make, and then you like cross out the animals they say, and like you can. So it's a really nice picture.
Yeah,
so it was
I wanted to just
definitely reuse it.
Yeah, and increase their vocabulary. Yeah. Okay, and this one.
Yeah, this basically, yeah, it's also what can you see? It's the same picture. I think, like what you did here. Oops, I need to change. What you did here on this picture.
This.
Yeah. I think what you did here on this picture, mostly you could have like done also on the other picture with all the animals in it. Basically.
What do you mean?
Like the slide before, back. Yeah, this one. So you could have used this slide for instead of the tiger slide too. So it's like kind of interchangeable with the activities that you actually did, I think. So yeah, like it's good. It's a fun picture. There's a lot to explore also. But again, I feel like we did not have enough time to really give them the time to also like explore and see what is there, what can we see, and because there are many questions to ask, right?
Justin really liked this one. He was very actively engaged. He was very engaged with this slide. And even though I didn't talk about the frog, so I kind of missed it out. So you can see the stars, I put it next to them, and then he could still remember what it was. So I think that's great.
Yeah. No, so definitely also that's a good activity, and again also like it's I think that's also a great one for higher levels. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to give the I wanted to give like a plot line, like a storyline, you know, somewhere where they go. It's like the zoo, you know. So instead of just this, but this was more like a quick reference for me in my mind. But no, I wish we had more time to go through all the animals and increase their vocab.
Yeah.
Okay, this one. They like this one.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. Everybody knows Queen Elsa.
They like this one more than Peppa Pig. I thought they would have liked Peppa Pig more. Like I thought only the girls would have liked Elsa.
Yeah, you can never know. For apparently it's. So I don't like this picture that much. I like the others more, but whatever works for them, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I guess like for the same activity, it's like it's good to have like 2 or 3 pictures ready. So like if they don't like the one picture, maybe the next one you ask the same questions, but they're much more engaged. This is exactly what happened here. So
they were a lot better with this photo, with this picture than Peppa Pig. And I personally like Peppa Pig more than this picture. And this was the only like plot line to Elsa that I could find. Also, the other Elsa ones were just like her like in front of her castle, you know.
Yeah. I mean, what is really good about this picture? It's very clean, right? There's not too much going on in the background. You don't have too many different colors that like are screaming in your face. So it's very like easy to look at. Maybe that's why.
I wanted them to draw. So for example, I would have been like, okay, can you draw an elephant next to Elsa? You know, but they weren't reacting so well with the whole drawings before. They were just going crazy on the board, and so I'm just gonna skip.
Yeah, that one was really good, and all the kids were really into it. Like everybody was freezing.
Yeah.
Like from what I saw, everybody was just.
Justin?
I don't remember.
So the bad thing is that with my iPad there, it's connected to the HDMI up there.
Yeah.
But then when I share my screen, I see the video on the big screen. You know, I just see like one kid down there. Because my original idea was to just see everyone on gallery view up on my projector. So it didn't work out the way that I wanted to. But when Ibu was dancing,
you can totally do that though, right?
No, we're not.
Because this is how I have 2 screens here. I have one in front of me and I have a bigger one, and I can choose where my stuff is.
I think it's because you're using a desktop computer. I'm using iPad, so the option of gallery view isn't there when I share my screen.
Oh yeah, you're right, probably.
But like when Ibu was dancing, that was great. I could see everyone, and they were like super cute. So I didn't have to go like this on my laptop to be like, hey, blah blah blah, I want you to dance. You know, I could just like actually dance at the back and have my head up. So that was nice. but it costs
So
money.
for that, maybe what would have also worked is instead of showing the video, you could have stopped sharing the visuals and just only shared your sound, and then this way they would have seen a bigger picture of you, and you would have had your gallery view, right?
Yeah, but I wanted them to watch the video because I think the video is so cute, you know, like
It is cute.
yeah. So I was just assuming that they're kind of sick of looking at us teachers for like the last 1 hour, and having
There must be a way of like having like the video as your background. So while you dance, you like have the video in your background playing. There must be an option like that.
You mean on Zoom?
Yeah, because you can change like you can do like GIF files as your background, I think.
But I think it'll eat me up if I move and dance. That's why I always ask them no backgrounds, right? Because if I move, then I disappear. So if I have, you know, maybe.
Depends on what you wear, I guess. If you're like easily recognizable. I don't
Like
know.
Elsa, yesterday in class, she had her background on, right? Today she didn't, so I could see her. But before, every time you or Ibu, when you guys danced with Elsa, like I couldn't see her. Like the background eat her up. I don't know. I'll try later. This one.
Maybe it's not possible, but like I think it's a great idea if that would be possible.
Yeah, it would be nice, right? Just having it on the background and down here, and then I can see them. Yeah, but no, I mean, I'm learning a lot about technology this time around, doing hybrid teaching for the first time. So it was very interesting. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Yeah, so this one I think is also really cute, but like also like I feel like at that point like it was like they're like we're supposed to circle. They kind of did it actually, but, like with a little bit of help. They actually did it, and then of course Henry just like completely blocked everything.
Oh yeah, I don't know how you do it. You keep up with them so fast. I'm just like, oh, like I'm so tired clicking on my keyboard.
You just have like your mouse always on the razor. As soon as they do something, it just immediately.
Yeah, but I felt like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You felt like they were okay, but not so great, right? They kind of did it, but then Henry, he just gave me a big black box.
Yeah. So overall, what I feel like, especially with Kindi, because they take a moment online. So you have many good activities, but overall, if you would have like had a little bit less, because they're sometimes very slow, and you're like you have to like manage the class just for them, like because they go wild on their drawings or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you would have like done a little bit less, you could have focused on like some things a little bit more in detail. However, for that, like today, that probably would have not mattered just because they were just like not into drawing.
Actually, today was my first time removing annotating. I mean, you know me, I will always let them get.
Yeah.
I love them getting super creative, and I never lock the annotating pen function. But today was actually my first time locking it since last year, since a year ago. So.
Oh really? Wow.
I'm with the L2s, remember? And
I do it every lesson.
Yeah, and so I was quite surprised because it's also not my first time taking them this year, so I'm not quite sure. And I mean,
I always feel like I give them warnings on my first warning, second warning, and then like I don't want to give them the third warning. So instead of giving them a third warning for drawing without permission, I just ban them from drawing and save them from themselves. But yeah, so like today was a lot. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and
I don't know what was going on. Otherwise, they missed out on a lot of really cool activities.
Yeah, because usually after we lock
their
it
own fault.
once,
They don't even know how.
Yeah, usually after we lock it once.
No, but overall, so yeah, no, like but I think overall, like you had lots of activities prepared,
too much.
Not too many activities, more like, but that's like I said before. So maybe like the story thing could be its own lesson rather than just like squeezing it in. But especially for Kindi, but like overall, that was a really good and engaging lesson, and like you like really catered to like all of their levels, which is like you had so much. Like yeah, sure, like let's say who's really slow.
Jen was very quiet today.
Yeah. So for Jen, I think, for example, was a little fast. But for others, for like Oreo, he was on, right?
Yeah.
So but then Jen, she picked out her activities. But like when I have like a slower lesson with them, then Jen is very engaged. But then Oreo complains that it's boring. So it's like really like it's very difficult.
Yeah, and then with the whole thumbs up, thumbs down, it was actually a lot harder.
They're like I don't know what's going on. Like last week. We were doing lots of emoji activities, and I noticed that yesterday already. Like yesterday I asked them like, did you forget how to use Zoom over the weekend? Because suddenly like no reaction, everybody just like staring at the screen doing nothing. They couldn't unmute anymore, and I don't know. There's just maybe like too much indoors and too much rain.
Yeah, like because usually in class I'll be like, are you okay? And then usually in class I'll be like, are you okay? And usually they'll be like, okay. And then today I switched to thumbs up and thumbs down, and then I think they got confused, maybe, you know.
I don't know what was going on really. I think everything was fine and easy to understand. It was just not their day.
Yeah, I think it's just being stuck inside for 2 weeks because your school's
Yeah.
been closed for 2 weeks, and it's like a rainy day, and
Yeah. But overall, so I personally really enjoyed the lesson. I personally had a lot of fun,
thank you.
and so on. I think most of the kids had fun too, and they reviewed, they learned. So I think it was a good lesson. So like it might sound like I just complained a lot, but actually it was really good.
Thank you. So basically, pictures, more pictures, less words for kindies, and maybe slower, and then maybe do a lot more movement. Today we didn't get to do yoga,
Yeah.
but usually I will get them to stretch towards the end as well.
They were dancing a lot today, so that's probably fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess. And anything else?
No,
Thank you.
nothing.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, this year has been interesting. I'm learning a lot more about technology, doing like a hybrid classroom, because last year it was just entirely online or entirely in a physical classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no one in my cohort has done like a hybrid classroom, so it's, I mean, before, because I asked them in the WhatsApp group, but we'll see. Thank you.